Alright, so hey y'all, I'm back. Had to take a little quick break to chop up some sausage to cook tonight on the barbecue pit. Just got a crescent wrench barely big enough to fit that. Alright. Got it close. Let's see. So we have that. So there is something in there. Alright, so back at it here. I don't think that screws off, does it? Yeah, it does. Good. Take that out. And I take the tip off of there. Set up aluminum welding will make gun and graphene liner. Remove make torch consumables. So that's all of that. I'm gonna give you a handy dandy little toolkit here to do this stuff with. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. The handy dandy little toolkit doesn't, of course it wouldn't fit properly. It's crazy. It is all out of whack. Nuts. Use proper tools anyway. Alright. So I'll take that out. Let me make sure. I want to remove Alright y'all, about to see my very first foray into welding aluminum, and this is probably going too fast with it in my book. Let's get the curl out of this thing. That's what they say. You need a pretty decent amount of wire out of it. I mean, I'm just trying to remember all the little things that I read and I knew. So here goes absolutely nothing. So I got the gas on. I put it at about 20. Okay, that's what they said you would probably do. Right away. Well, I welded aluminum. I don't know how well I did welding aluminum, but I welded aluminum. And it's stuck together. Let's see. Not too bad. I mean, I kind of held it off thinner, but not too bad. First time doing it. Let's see if I can lay down a little track on the LE. That's another thing I should have did. Should have I should have heated it up first. Ooh, I'm eating into that serious. So, what does that mean? I'm going to turn it down. Alright. So if that wasn't right, alright, that's not too much work. Too much work. I don't have a point of reference besides some steel work before, but I turned it down and I went faster, and that seemed to do alright. It has some weld came through on the back end, so way penetration. The penetration is, you can see it even etching in the, but I laid the bead down, so, and I backed off on that, so that's my first foray into aluminum welding. So it looks, that was the first one. Then this was the second one, and I blew straight through it. Then I adjusted, and the third one's alright, but I'm gonna, you can see it blew through that right there, but definitely welded through. So, not too bad for my first time. I mean, alright. Maybe that's the key. I think I need to, I think I'm going to need to stop for today and just, you know, that's what I have, and regroup after I can have some more time just to set up and practice and get some more aluminum cleaned up and pretty good though. I'm sorry I didn't show y'all setting up a lot of this. Alright, y'all. I've been dealing with a lot of stuff, of course, like everybody else. Working too many hours, kind of like that Oliver Anthony song, working too many hours for bullshit pay. Anyway, I bought this welder because I'm going to go into a little bit of a story. I already tried to make this video once. I want to kind of redo it. I don't want to throw anybody under the bus or anything. Because the guy I hired to do my boat, to do the welding, he just couldn't get it done. And long story short, I went through a lot. I paid him a lot of money. And I felt like I was just losing more and more as we went along. Because the job wasn't getting done. We were overextending the budget on the product, on the materials. And things weren't getting done like I thought I was hiring someone out to do it. I was really upset because I had in mind to have one of the local guys who is very well known in doing aluminum work on boats around here to do the work, and he flat out turned the job down. I guess he has too much work to do, or I don't know. But he was kind of a really pretty much a big prick about it when he turned it down too. He was just like, I don't want this. It was just the way he came across. There's no customer service anymore in this world, hardly. And I went through the phone book. I went through ads. I went through everything, the internet. That's a phone book, but what we do now, internet. And I finally found a guy who took the job. And he had reputable reviews and all. Well, as we went along, I'm finding out this is like his first time really doing welding work on a boat. He's a welder, but he ain't never really did marine welding work on aluminum boats. And the whole reason I wanted to hire someone is because I didn't want to learn on my own boat. I knew one day I would learn and teach myself aluminum welding, but I didn't want to learn on my own boat. I certainly didn't want someone else learning on my boat, though, and that's what it turned out to be. He did have some good stuff, and he's a good guy. I mean, I'm nothing bad to say about him as a person. It's just the welding job wasn't getting done. Well, he got in touch with me today, and I was telling him, that it's over. I like all the materials back, though, that I paid for. But he said, no, I'm going to come over on my dime and help you finish this. And I was like, wow, okay, now you don't see that very often with people. And he is a good welder on a lot of things, but he got in over his head on this job because it's not something he's used to doing. So I'm going to let him go ahead and have another shot at it, come over, I'm going to stay home, and we're both going to work on it together. So that's where we're at. But I have to teach myself how to weld aluminum because I'm not comfortable not knowing how to do things myself. I can weld steel good enough to tack two pieces of metal together. I keep my tractor running. I keep things going around here. Matter of fact, a little odd jobs like a chair I brought home. This is a $600 extending chair, and they were going to throw it away. And I took it apart and found out it's just a little tack weld that's broken on it, and they're going to throw it away because of that. I'm going to fix it, and I'm going to have a nice chair. But they were going to throw that thing in the dumpster. It's nice to have the ability to do handyman type welding, hobbyist type welding. Well, I want to take that to the next level and really teach myself how to do some welding, aluminum welding. And I spent a lot of time researching. I finally bought a welding machine, and I got the Yeswelder 205DS. It's the B model. It's the next model up, the one that's supposed to do aluminum. And I went through all the reviews. I watched the YouTube videos, and this is where you have to watch YouTube. I'm telling you, this company sends out a lot of these welders to people. I don't have nothing to do. I'm no affiliation with them. I just went through YouTube and all the reviews and online stuff and came up with Yeswelder. This would be a good entry-level welder for a hobbyist, a welder to start with. Even pros say they use these. And that's where the industry has gotten. Now, anyone can buy a welder that's considered pro level or entry level to pro level. Well, I probably should have bought the 200 Pro after seeing some of this stuff, after setting this one up, because I have some real issues with this. I've been trying. I definitely don't have anywhere to base a place of knowledge, base any kind of reasoning to my what's going on with my welds. But I know when a machine ain't working right, and I know when it's built with bad quality. And they have some bad quality in this machine. If they're going to call this a welder, where you can use this gun to weld aluminum, they really need to include a couple things. In their instructions, a lot of people say their instructions have gotten better. Their instructions are wrong. And I can show you exactly where on this one. And I'm going to tell you, set up for aluminum welding with MIG gun with graphene liner. So I had to take the liner out. I kind of did some of this, and I had to quit recording it because the directions got so screwed up and so convoluted. Thank goodness I did watch some YouTube videos on how to change this out, but they don't have how to change the liner out in a 205 DS-B on YouTube. I haven't found it, but they do have how to change it out in the 200 Pro, the Yeswelder 200 Pro, and it's the same way, except there's a piece that's different that changes. It's a game changer between the two welders, and I can't believe they cheaped out on this, and I'm going to show it to you right now. Alright, I'm gonna have to undo. I'm gonna have to clip this out. Alright, so I'm gonna show you first off. I'm gonna show you something, and I probably shouldn't have clipped this, but I have to show this first. So the wire can come out. So I'm going to take this off and show y'all what I mean. And if you want to know about replacing the graphene liner, the graphene liner this is part of it right here. But they cheaped out. This is the graphene liner. They cheaped out and they put this plastic end cap on here. And everything else I see on the internet, that is a brass end cap. You never ever screw plastic to metal. That's just a #1 rule not to break in anything workshop, tooling, machinery. Don't screw plastic to metal. I can't stand when people do this. And I had it on my boat with the fuel filter. People cheap out and do this. It's BS, because when you're trying to put this on, I'm not taking it off because I don't want to keep screwing it on and off. The collet that fits on there, that holds this graphene liner into this brass coupler right there, where it couples into itself, into this brass fitting right here, that collet's got to go in there and seat to grab and pinch this tube in here. It won't go all the way into there. It won't fit. And I had to use a needle nose pliers to kind of get it to seat itself, because if you tried to screw this in there to get it to seat, it would just strip it out. And then watch the directions. If you have the 205 DS and you're putting that graphene liner in there, it specifically states, I'm going to read it to you, starting with number 7. Fit the liner, I'm going to start, fit the liner collet, liner O-ring, and liner retaining nut. So that this is the retaining nut, and under there's a brass collet with a little O-ring that goes on there, and it's all supposed to fit on here. And when you screw it on there, it all seats in. This should be screwed in deeper too, but I can't get it any deeper than that because it's just not going to fit with that brass collet like it is. And there's nothing else you can do. If you'd have to really do some severe crimping with some pliers, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to mess this liner up. So I got it in there, and it does work. But boy, it works. It's not right. So that's number 7. 8. Push the liner firmly into the torch lead and tighten the liner retaining nut. So while you're pushing this tightly in there, they want you to tighten this nut to tight. But if you try and do that, you're going to strip the plastic out on it. Just total crap. This is so bad. This is so bad. This one part right here, I'm saying, this is why I would say do not buy this unit. Because this is going to screw people up royally. Just unless I'm going to call them and try and get that brass fitting, because then it'll be all right. But with this is going to totally screw up this gun for any kind of aluminum work. Number 9. Listen closely now. Number 9. Cut the liner flush. Flush, that says. Cut the liner flush with the end of the liner retaining nut using a sharp box cutter knife. So they're telling you to cut this piece of the liner flush with the retaining nut right here. Do not do that. If you do that, you're not going to be able to feed your you have to take this guide out of there, and this is a carbon steel guide, so you can't pass aluminum through that because it'll contaminate your aluminum. You have to take that out, and that's part of the process of making this, converting this to wear to weld aluminum. And you have to have the same distance of this in this graphene liner to put in there so that your wire will guide into this. It won't guide into this unless you do that. You're not going to get it in there. So it tells you to cut it here. It tells you to cut it right here on. I'm gonna see if I can show it to you. On number 9. Let's see if you can read that. You see that? You can read it. Read number 9. All right. So, remove the drive roller part. That's number 10. Number 11. Loosen off the outlet guide tube retaining screw. So, that would be, yeah, that's in here. Remove the outlet guide tube from the front end of the machine Euro connector using long nose pliers, needle nose pliers. That's the piece I had showed y'all earlier that you have to take out. This. Remove the outlet guide. That's this piece. Listen to this now. Feed the extended graphene liner section into the outlet guide tube hole of the machine's Euro connector. That's this part. The part they told you to cut off. The part they just told you in number 9 to cut off. Number 14. Feed the extended graphene liner all the way up and over the drive roller. And over. Don't go over the drive roller. You got to cut off. You got to have it right there. Okay, right here it says cut the extended liner with a sharp knife right there. It's got to be right up to, well, I'm going to show you where, I'm going to show you where it goes. We'll put it back in. Straighten up this wire so you can see how, with the wire. I might end up having, I'm going to take this wire out of here. And I'm going to take the rest of this wire out of here. And I'm going to fit this in here how it should go. Alright, that's the graphene liner. It's got to be pretty straight. You don't want to kink it or anything like that, but it's got to be relatively straight. And in that position, alright, fits in there. Now line up your 3 plugs, put them in, screw this in, your retaining cap right here to screw that in. So that's screwed in like that, nice and tight. So right here, let me get some light on the subject here. So right here, what you have is that's the graphene liner that came through, right? Let me see. Let me get a pointer. This right here. Oop, I hit the camera. This right here is your graphene liner that's coming through. Your wire is going to ride on here, on this U roller. It's going to come through here. This comes down. Well, wait. This comes down, holds the wire, and then you push your tensioner. Shit, I can't do this with just one hand. So, let me back it up so you can see what I'm doing. So that's the graphene liner. Wire comes through right here, passes through, goes on the roller. This comes down and holds it on the roller, and the tensioner comes up and holds that into place. Now, this tensioner is a piece of junk as well. I have had to screw this all the way down for it to feed this aluminum wire. This aluminum wire. I have had to screw it all the way down, and it shouldn't be that way. And it still skips and sputters, and I just don't understand why it does that. But I'm going to show you. I'm gonna feed waste some more wire, and I'm going to do it. So, let's see if I can get this to... Mime pliers in here, so I gotta use this. Alright. Gotta kinda get that kinda straight. Get that to come through. See how it's coming through? Oh, well, it might almost goes right into that. You gotta guide it into that graphene. Into that graphene line. There, it's in there. So, you gotta push it through a little bit. Get it to start going. See how I did that? So, you do that, and I'm going to tell it to feed the wire till it comes out the end of this gun. Now what you don't want is to have all these kinks in there, so you want to kind of unravel the gun to where it's a straighter pass. And I don't have my gas on, so I can just hit the feed. So look, Watch as it's feeding. You'll see that. You'll see this kind of stutter and stop every now and then. Now see that little kind of stutter? It's kind of like it's coming through hard. It's actually doing better now. Let's see. I did that on myself. Oh, oh. Oh, what I didn't do. I want to take that cap off. Well, it ain't coming through. Yeah, there it is. There it is. It came out. Now I was watching a guy named Brandon Lund, and he said to know if your wire's coming out right. I like how he said this, because you know I don't know everything, and I didn't know this little helpful trick. If it hits the wood and keeps going and kind of deflects off, I guess it can't be facing down. And it keeps going, it's right. It's kind of keeping going, but it's stuttering and spouting. So let's see. I'm going to try and do a little bead with this. I'm still learning a lot. Alright. Turn on the gas here. And let's see, it's at I think I have it. Oh, that's way too high. Alright. Put about 25. Alright. Set this on synergistic, which it was, aluminum, 0.035, which is where I'm at. And it's got 13.6 volts and 105 amps. I'm just going to do a little tiny piece here. Okay. I want to hit this button and I'm going to increase this. Okay, that's where I want it. Wait. The line speed. Alright, I'm going to try it on 6. And I'm going to go synergistic. Let's see. Okay. Alright. And I'm going to come down on the current a little bit. It's 100. Alright, let's see. Alright, the metal's just sitting on top of there. So I probably came down too much. I hope my line's coming through right, because that was the problem I had the other day. Yeah, see the tension, that's the problem. this is it. See this crap? This tensioner. This is what's pissing me off so bad. I should be able to screw this down. Right? Look, it jumps. It just jumps out of place. It just spins on itself. You gotta hold it to get it to come down, and then it's hard to turn. I don't understand that. Why is it like that? So when I feed, see how it's jerky? See how that's jerky? Why is it jerky? You think it's because something would be holding up. The line ain't crimped or nothing. I don't have the line crimped. It's pretty straight. I released some of the tension. You think that might be too much? Let's see. It's still jerky. I'm gonna try it again. Weld again. Alright, let's try again. I crank it up a little bit. Still kind of on top. It's a little bit better looking, but still on top. So we'll go up to 115. I don't know if I'm doing anything wrong or right here. Oop. That certainly wasn't right. Good again. Okay, I started getting too far from the argon. I know that. My wire was growing too much on me. I was having the wire got too far out from where the gas is, I believe. Let me try this again. Now that one, to me, I guess I'm too close to the edge. I started, and this is getting heated up, way heated up. There's a little burn back on me. So that wasn't working right. It started getting better. When I started out, I was wrong, but it started getting better toward the end right there. I started getting better. It's a bad start. I know that. I know that's a bad start. One more time. And that wasn't too bad. The start was a little bit bad again, but I'm getting better. I mean, I feel like I'm getting better. Let's come right here. Let's see. And not too bad. That's not too bad. I mean, with a... Oh shoot, was that awkward? A little bit. It was this one right here. Alright, I want one more in between them. Oh, that might be... I mean, I know it needs to be cleaner. I know acetone. I cleaned this up pretty good. I kind of ran into a little bit of a problem. I think I'm laying down too much wire. That's a big bulbous. I'm gonna try and do one more right here. Again, getting better. Getting better with every time I do this. I got room for one more line to lay down. Right there. Let's see. I didn't cut my wire. Whoop. I had a blow through. I got stuck. Anytime I get too far, I notice that happens. Let's see if I can fix that. So let's see if I mean, it was okay. Start was not great, but the okay. See if I can. I'm trying to lay metal down there, and I filled up that hole, see? I just filled that hole up. Now I know that was a bunch of jumping arcs, but I filled that hole, so that kind of worked. I could grind that out. Let's see. I want to try one more thing. Now that didn't work out too bad. I wanted to join those two welds. That worked out alright, huh? I mean, I'm getting it with the gun. Basically. I mean, by far, no professional job here. But, I think it'd be good enough to stick stuff together on my own project. Not too bad again, huh? Alright, what do y'all think? I mean, when I was starting out, it was pretty bad. When I was starting out right here, when I was starting out right there, it was pretty bad. And then these right here look pretty good for amateurs. Alright, now I'm going to start messing with TIG. Well, y'all, I'm done with welding machines in here today. I had to get that other weld out and do a little project. But the TIG torch is not the right one. I'm still learning which you got to buy specific torches for specific machine. You think they would be universal and that they would make it fit all machines, but no, they got to make their own special torch. So there's another reason why. I mean, I'd rather have some machine that's more universal. If they all got their own, whatever, so be it. But that's pretty crappy. Kind of pigeonholes you into having to buy stuff, but you can get by, it seems like, with the aluminum and this regular thing. But I showed you this retaining cap. Man, that is junk. That would be a deal breaker if I'd understood that from the beginning. Because that's just crap that they do that. And shoot, I gotta find a place to put this gun for now. Out of the way. Yeah, I wouldn't get it for that. I mean, you can't. If they skimp on one little piece like a brass end cap, well then, I don't even buy that crap. Spend over $300 and stuff. I spent quite a fortune on stuff from Yeswelder after that. You know, that I got their spool gun coming in and all of that. It pisses me off that they cheap out and put a plastic brass end cap on it. A plastic end cap where it should be brass. That's 10 cents, 15 cents in the world of how things cost. it's just ridiculous. So, and then I don't know, the tensioner thing. That's something I'm messing with. In the end, it won't be. I guess I won't send it back because I'm truly wanting to use the spool gun. So we'll see how that works. That should be totally different in a different way of how it works on here. And I'd like to use the TIG and learn how to do that lift TIG stuff, and maybe one day really get into that a lot. So anyway, Yeswelder, you can make it work, but it ain't no hobbyist thing because it's a pain. You better be a little bit more than a hobbyist to know how to get it to even work together to fit. I would look at how to put the graphene liner in the 205 Pro, and that's the same way I put it in this one, but that plastic end cap is the game changer. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that.